just honestly, it's a joke. It's not even, you cannot call this an event, a clown show.
This year, Le Mans Virtual 24 was an absolute embarrassment for sim racing. Despite being the biggest sim racing event of the year with the best teams, some of the best drivers in the world, including Formula 1 champion Max Verstappen, the best sim racers, an excellent level of production with some of the best commentaries out there, still, it was a mess. We had 2 red flags, supposedly due to DDoS attacks to the servers, and I also removed the rain just in case it wasn't the case. Then we had, to top it all off, Max Verstappen's team to be disconnected from the servers. The real Le Mans 24 is one of the most recognizable racing events, and having a sim racing event like this using its name on this level of production and professionalism, it would make so much easier for everybody else outside to enjoy the hobby. Participants like Max or Romain Grosjean are huge and bring a lot of viewers. However, if the technical red flags weren't bad enough, the perception all of these problems creates for outsiders may harm sim racing. Before explaining my points, don't go into the comments with the objective of ridiculing rFactor 2 or its developers. This is not the reason why I'm doing this video. rFactor 2 technical problems, especially on multiplayer, has been more of a meme in sim racing anyways. Anyone knows that most likely there will be an issue with disconnects or the servers going down. It has always been a strange sim in a multiplayer perspective. It's also not the only title with these problems. For example, last year I've commented about the SRO events for Competizione being DDoSed. What I'm trying to say is that rFactor 2 suffers more than most, and this is a fact that was probably glossed over when the rights to WEC were sold to motorsports games. And these guys, motorsports games, are becoming somewhat of a villain in sim racing. They are buying exclusive license rights about BTCC, IndyCar, and WEC, and they are so exclusive that apparently IndyCars can't be streamed using the iRacing platform. When Indy and Le Mans were in iRacing, anyone could have participated. Every driver or team would be split up based on their rating. The platform was open to everyone who wanted to race and had the DLC. This Le Mans 24 was an exclusive deal. I'm really not against these VIP splits as they can create spectacle, and this one certainly did without the technical faults. The racing was pretty good, and the production value has shown what can be done in sim racing. But because of the platform, because of the formats, access to 24 was just for a handful of people of this year, people who had means to get there. I know there are unofficial races out there, but it really doesn't carry the same weight of the official event, nor an unofficial event that is closed off in a title that hardly no one uses carries much weight for the rest of us. I suppose that the official Indy 500 will have the same deal when it comes, though I would be more inclined to believe that it will be more successful from a technical perspective, as rFactor 2 has most issues with longer races. On that point, I don't understand how the license was sold to be used on a game that is known to be plagued with these issues, even more so in an exclusive way. Once again, problems are not exclusive to rFactor 2. However, when a big event in iRacing or ACC happens, I'm really not expecting problems. When it's on rFactor 2, I know that will be drops at the very least. I know something is going to happen. Issues appear at a far bigger rate in a far smaller scale.
Third time this happens to me now that I get kicked off the game while doing this race, so it's also the last time I'm ever participating. Because what's the point? You prepare for 5 months to try and win this championship. You're leading the championship. You're trying to win this race, which you prepare for 2 months. They handle it like this. I mean, there have been 2 red flags. They blame it on, I don't even know what, people DDoSing the server. Then they cancel the rain because probably that's already a big influence. And then people are still getting disconnected. And now, of course, at one point also we were hit by it, and then they need even more people to disconnect.
What he says is a fair thing to say. What's really the point to prepare for an event, for a championship, if the issues are recurring over and over again? And this is where it starts mattering to me, because it's where the perception of the problem really starts to becoming an issue. The disconnects in rFactor 2 are really common occurrence, and to have the Formula 1 champion say it out loud and then say this...
I think I'm going to uninstall the game. That's nice. Frees up a bit of space on the PC anyway. And I really hope everyone installs the game. I really hope the organizers also, they consider where they put this race forward, because on this platform it's not going to work.
This is an absolute nuke. It's not just R Factor 2 that looks bad, it's the Le Mans license as well, and it's the whole of sim racing. Imagine as a viewer coming into this and see all of these problems. Most won't even want to care about R Factor 2, motorsports games, WEC probably not doing the homework on R Factor 2, or if motorsports games overpromise the sim. It is irrelevant. It basically kills it for the rest of us. Competizione had issues on the SRO events, however, they added Cloudflare and it was fixed. iRacing had issues with multiple special events, but they were serving 5 to 10,000 people, not just 100s. R Factor 2 is 10 years old and still has problems at the very basic level, and all of these problems are here from the start. It's really not a good look for the rest of us. I want to ask a question for the comments, and the same question can go to motorsports games, R Factor 2 devs, WEC organizers, and the license owners. Max Verstappen is a household name just like Ayrton Senna, and he is a prolific sim racer. He's not just anybody that does it every so often, he does it all the time. If Max doesn't care about the nuances and difficulties of the organization and the historical issues that plague R Factor 2, why should his viewers or anyone else? This is food for thought.